What's up, Kansas City? I'm your host, Glenn Bryan Frizzell. Today we are filming in the historic 18th and Vine Jazz District right here in Kansas City, Missouri. Our segment is being brought to you by the Kansas City Business Association. Today's special guest is no stranger to the engineering community. He has taken the initiative to start his own company that was recently awarded a grant by Launch KC during Tech Week. We'd like to welcome to the program Mr. Tim Sylvester of Integrated Roadways. Thank you for agreeing to come on our show today.
Well, thank you for having me here, Glenn. I appreciate it.
Now, your company was one of 10 awarded a grant during KC Tech Week. Tell us a little bit about that conference. What was it like being a part of? I understand it was amazing synergy.
Yes, absolutely. Tech Week was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, as a participant in the pitch program, I had to focus on that a lot, and so I wasn't able to, be as much a part of Tech Week as I would have liked to be. But I'll be into that next year, right?
Now, did you, right, we hope so. Now, did you pitch mainly to the investors or the grant award, people who awarded the grants, or were you also pitching to ordinary citizens who walked up to you and asked questions? Hey, Tim, what's Integrated Roadways?
Well, having your 30-second elevator speech down so that you can tell people quickly and cleanly what you do is massively important. For the on-stage pitch, you always have to be aware of your audience, who's evaluating you and why. So because we were not pitching to investors, I focused the pitch more on the impact that we'll make on the city and the state.
Okay, and when you got news that the amount had been awarded, the grant money, what was your reaction?
I was ecstatic, man. Seriously, it took me about twice as long to get down to the stage as it should have, because I was you see my reaction here, man. I don't know what to tell you. It was amazing.
Well, congratulations. We won't delay the anticipation much longer. We want to find out more about your company. But tell us, I understand that Integrated Roadways, you deal with embedded technology, precast pavement, and these are all kind of terminologies that some of our viewers might not be aware of. Can you tell us a little bit about your company and what's next, some upcoming projects that you have in irons in the fire?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, a couple definitions. Precast pavement is a type of pavement that has been fabricated at the factory, so it doesn't have to be built in place. Embedded technology is any time that you have electronics that are inside something else. So, for example, your cell phone is a great example of embedded technologies. Integrated Roadways is a precast pavement company and technology integrator that provides what we call a smart pavement system. Our smart pavement is a precast concrete pavement that has sensor networks built into it in order to provide navigation and other wireless data services on a subscription basis to support autonomous vehicles and to generate the revenues that we need in order to sustainably fund our infrastructure system.
Now, you've been called a road builder and an innovator in the area of driverless vehicle conception. Is this the Jetson age we've entered?
I was just having a conversation the other day where we agreed that we're no longer living in modern times or postmodern times. We're living in the future. We have robots, we have driverless cars, we have artificial intelligence, we have 3D printers, and all of these other incredible technologies that tell me the future is no longer something that is in the future. It's something we're living right now.
And Tim, can you tell us about the importance of telecommunications and digital media? Where is it going? I mean, the sky's the limit. How have you been able to incorporate cell phone technology in precast pavement creation?
That's a really fascinating question. Whenever we first started with smart pavement, it was all about delivering navigation for driverless vehicles. And that's still a part of it.
Sure.
But what we've discovered is that navigation is not the only wireless service people need. Improving cell connection, especially in rural areas, can contribute immensely to the quality of life and for the local population, but also the quality of the experience of travelers passing through. So, we think about smart pavement as being a platform technology like a smartphone or a tablet computer, where eventually, once we actually have the platform operating, we'll be able to open it up to third-party developers to make their own apps. So that way, whenever you're on the interstate, instead of saying, why don't they or why doesn't somebody, you can say, I'm going to whatever improvement you can think of for interstate traffic, you'll be able to build that and deploy that on your own without needing anybody's permission or anything.
And this really sounds like, Tim, that you're advocate. I hear two different things that you're advocate for: improving our infrastructure, our roads, and also the precast pavement. You're incorporating smart technology and digital awareness, and you're in the precast pavement. Tell us a little bit about precast pavement. Is that the portion of your company that's incorporated?
Yeah,
Excuse me, patented is what I want to say.
That's can't really go into details about the patent side of things just yet. But precast pavement was originally developed about 80 years ago in Europe. It's been used quite prominently in Asia, and the United States started implementing precast about 15 years ago. So we had this realization a couple years back that because it was not fabricated in place, we could put all of these embedded systems into the road, but without actually extending the amount of time it takes to build the road.
That's excellent, Tim. Now you're the CEO of Integrated Roadways. You got the idea around 2006. You mentioned that you were in engineering school and actually got the company off the ground in 2012. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about when did this idea come to you? Hey, I'm going to experiment with smart technology and precast pavement, start my own company, and grow with it.
I originally had the idea in 1999. I was a high school student at the time, and I was driving between my parents' house in Cass County and Best Buy at 119th Street. They were rebuilding 69 between 135th and 151st, and I was stuck on the wrong side of the highway for about a year and a half, and then whenever they finally came to finish the road, it snowed, and so I had to wait the entire winter again. That was when I realized that prefabricated roadways could greatly speed up the construction process by allowing us to actually build the road off-site in units and then just finish it in place. And
now, do you have an engineering background? Are your parents engineers? Or?
No, not at all. My experience was entirely in construction. I mentioned that I was working at Best Buy at the time, and over the summers I would work as a construction laborer for my uncle's company and a couple other construction firms around town.
Now, are you an advocate for driverless vehicles?
Oh, I'm a huge advocate for driverless vehicles. We can provide mobility services to the 20% of the general public that can't use cars, either because they're too young, they're too old, they're infirm, they have multiple legal restrictions from DUIs and stuff. So just from the accessibility and the community building standpoint, I'm a big believer in driverless cars. But then when you look at the fact that the cost of the driver is as much as 80% of your trip, well, imagine what the low-income community could do with 80% cheaper cab fare. Or another way to look at that is that driverless cars are 90% safer. Well, Missouri currently loses, I believe, about 7,000 lives per year to vehicle collisions. Everybody that I know has been touched by this kind of loss, and just imagine the contribution to society if we had 700 fatalities instead of 7,000, or even better, if there were 0 fatalities.
Wow. Now, you've worked with Kansas City Department of Transportation, and you've also worked with,
Well, we've worked with the Kansas Department of Transportation.
UMKC.
And with UMKC,
And
yes.
can you tell us, Tim, what challenges, successes have you found in the projects that you completed with them?
Well, whenever we went to Kansas Department of Transportation, This was the fastest that they ever implemented a new product. We met with them the first time in June of 2013, and it was in the ground by September, which was just truly astonishing how quickly they moved. Within a couple of months of that, we had the deal with UMKC for the Block Executive Hall. They were building the Block Executive Hall as a celebration of the success that Henry Block had in founding H&R Block with his brother Richard. And what better way to honor Mr. Block's success and other entrepreneurs than by implementing new products from entrepreneurs during the building of the building named after Mr. Block. It made perfect sense.
And what's next? What is the future of Precast Pavement? I know you told us a little bit, but it sounds like we could go on about this subject endless.
We could go all day, Glenn.
Yeah.
We really could.
Yeah.
Once you get me going, you can't get me to shut up. So what's next for us is to deliver a full-scale pilot implementation of smart pavement so that we can show that it doesn't just work in the lab, but it actually works in live traffic conditions with live traffic at scale at full speed. So we expect to announce within the next couple of weeks a commitment by a local DOT to actually build a pilot for our smart pavement system, with the goal of using smart pavement to reconstruct the interstates, which are the veins and arteries of our nation, and which have been badly neglected and could very much benefit from improved next generation technologies.
Now, any advice to our viewers out there who are listening and saying, he sparked something in my imagination, my creativity sparked, and I'm interested in starting a business. Do you have any advice to our entrepreneurs out there, Tim?
Yes, my advice is tell people sooner rather than later. Don't be afraid of your idea, and don't be afraid of telling people your idea. Nobody's going to steal it. It's not going to happen. But what they're going to do is, if it's a bad idea, they're going to tell you it's a bad idea. And the sooner you know that so that you can work on what is actually a good idea, the better.
Well, Tim, we thank you very much. Any final words for What's Up Kansas City?
Honestly, Glenn, I think that it's really all about community and creating connections with people. And when you're networking, you got to keep in mind that you don't know where that person's going to be tomorrow. And if you know them now, and if you're friendly and it's all good right now, you can help each other out so much better.
Thank you very much, Tim. Again, congratulations on the Tech Week Launch KC grant. We're very happy that it went to you, and we know that you put in a lot of hard work with your idea. And we look forward to the wave of the future. We look forward to reflecting through integrated roadways.
Thank you very much.
We're going to have you come back on, Tim.
I'd love to, Glenn. Thank you very much.
Awesome. I'm your host, Glenn Bryan Frizzell. Remember, check out more video online at www.whatsupkansascity.net. And the sky is definitely the limit. Aim high. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, at the very least, you would have landed among the stars. Take care until next time.
I'm IFBB Bikini Pro Cat Williams, and when I'm not working out in the gym, I'm searching the web on Cascade Media and What's Up Kansas City. So make sure you check them out.